So you've got a hot date tonight? Maybe you're getting married. Well, as you already know, making a perfect chocolate chip cookie is paramount to any successful relationship. And today, I'm going to show you how to make the milesstyle chocolate chip cookie so your relationship is a success.
Don't forget to subscribe, guys. It means so much. Thanks.
How's it going, guys? My name is MegaMilez and welcome obviously to another cooking video. I'm super stoked about this one because it's my milesstyle chocolate chip cookies, and in time of quarantine, which is when I'm posting this video with the coronavirus craziness, this is like the perfect recipe to make everyone in the house happy. Yeah, so I'm super excited. The first thing, obviously, we're gonna go over the ingredients. I put the measurements in the description so you guys can measure it out, but what you'll need is some Quaker oats, some all-purpose flour, some granulated sugar, salt, some baking soda, some peanut butter, trying to stay organized here, some dark brown sugar, a stick of butter, 2 eggs. You're gonna need semi-sweet chocolate morsels combined with like some really good quality dark chocolate. So with these two combined, you're gonna have anywhere between 8 to 12 ounces. It just depends on how much chocolate you want in the cookies. So it's gonna be obviously a little bit less of the 90% cocoa to the semi-sweet. If you don't like that crazy of cocoa content, feel free to use the bittersweet and it'll be just fine. As far as equipment goes, you're gonna need a mixer. It doesn't have to be a fancy stand mixer. I'm just trying to justify spending the money on it, so I'm using it for this. And then you're gonna need a blender or a food processor to blend the oats, which we'll do in a second. One thing I gotta mention is I dropped my blender when I was setting it up for this video and it broke. So I'll actually show you. I'm super bummed because it's one of the nice blenders. In the arms of the angel. I think it'll still work. I'm about to find out, but so at least like this video because I sacrificed my blender for it. The first step is to blend the oats in either a blender or a food processor. This should take about 45 seconds to achieve the fine texture you see here. All right, now we're gonna sift together our salt, our flour, and our baking soda, as well as our oats. Then we add in our oats. Whisk the oats into the flour until thoroughly incorporated. Once you feel like it's mixed together pretty well, all we do is set it aside and we'll use it in a minute. All right, so now is where it gets exciting. We've got our brown sugar and our granulated sugar. We add this in, and then from there, we add in our butter chopped into cubes, just 1 stick. Add that in, kind of sprinkle it around or throw it in after the first few pieces. From here, we set our mixer down, lock it into place, and always on the lowest speed for about 2 minutes. You're never gonna go faster than that. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes. You can see how it's coming together. This is actually where we add in our peanut butter, which is freaking delicious. I love peanut butter. What you do, you take a larger spoon and get 2 heaping spoonfuls. All right, so we're gonna mix this for 1 more minute on the same speed, but before we start that, you want to get your eggs and your vanilla extract ready in a bowl, lightly whisked, because it's the next step. So we'll get this on, lock it, on for 1 minute. You can see how it's coming together now. All right, so that looks good. We're at 1 minute, 3 minutes total. Now, time to add in the eggs. It's important not to overmix here because you don't want the eggs to get tough. So just until it's mixed together, then we stop. That looks good. Now we take a spatula, and all we want to do is scrape down the sides, just in case there's anything that didn't get mixed. Just like that. And you can actually pause right here and take this time, if you got a chocolate bar, to chop that up into manageable pieces, which I'm actually gonna do right now. You want the chocolate about this size. Okay, so we're about to add in the flour. Here comes the tricky part, because I'm an unconventional baker. We're actually not gonna use all of this flour. So we're gonna add it in until it looks good. And because we're doing that, I'm gonna slide this over so you guys can get a little bit better of a view into the bowl. So lock it in place, same speed once again, and then we're gonna slowly add in our flour until it comes together. Give it a minute, don't flood it. A little bit more. And I think that actually looks good. Perfect. And the reason why we do this is because of the oatmeal and the peanut butter. It actually makes it a lot stickier. To see how much flour we have left over, it's about half of a cup. You could probably do the math if you wanted to and adjust the recipe, but you know what? It's Miles style, that's how we roll. Now it's time to add the chocolate. Always sprinkle it in, a little even distribution before we mix it. Make sure you don't drop any on the floor if you have dogs, which I just did. Now, we're going to add in some of the morsels. It looks like a lot, but once it mixes in, it'll be just fine. And you can weigh it out. Remember, it's all about how much chocolate you want. Okay, mixer down, locked in place, and we're just mixing it for maybe 20 seconds until it incorporates the chocolate. Maybe even less than that. Like, this looks fine. There we go. Alright guys, now we've got our cookie dough into the fridge for at least an hour. I'm gonna leave mine overnight, and then we're gonna get to making the most amazing cookies, Miles style, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we've got our cookie dough here. So excited, a day later, it's been sitting in the fridge. I'm so stoked, I've been craving these. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll these out into little balls, say about 1.5 to 2 inches. Just think of like a golf ball size. That's actually perfect way to compare. So you want about this big. You want a sheet tray with parchment paper, and a little tip that I use, I put like a little light layer of water underneath, just like with your fingers. You don't want a pool of water, but just so the parchment paper sticks down without rolling back up. Alright, now we've got our cookies out on the trays. We're gonna get them into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. Once your oven's preheated to 350 degrees, place the cookies inside the oven. Nearly all cookie recipes tell you to wait until the edges are crispy. We're throwing that rule straight out the window. After the timer is up, test the cookies Miles style. Use a spatula to poke the sides of the cookie. If it is soft but stays together, we are perfect. Keep in mind that the cookies will continue to cook for a little longer after they come out of the oven. The last thing you want is to spend all that time making the cookie dough only to overbake your cookies. Allow the cookies to cool on a cooking rack, but be sure to at least eat one while it's still warm. Alright guys, that was the milesstyle chocolate chip cookie recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I also truly hope that you try this recipe out for yourself. If you do, let me know your thoughts in the comments, or even better, tag me on your Instagram. I really want to check out your creation. Snap that photo of the cookies, or you passing them out to the love of your life, and yeah, do that. That would be funny. So yeah, leave that like on this video. It means a lot to me. Comment. I love comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends so they can make some amazing cookies. And yeah, do all that jazz, guys. Either way, I'll see you in the next one.